A crisis is brewing in Pakistan where a train full of military personnel and their families has been hijacked on the tracks in a remote area in the Balochistan province. The separatist Baloch Liberation Army, known as the BLA, has now issued a 48-hour ultimatum to the Pakistani government. They're demanding for the immediate and the unconditional release of the Baloch political prisoners. The train that was carrying about 500-odd prisoners was en route from Quetta to Peshawar, where it was suddenly ambushed at the entrance of a tunnel in the remote Bolan district. And according to the latest information, more than 200 people are still being held hostage. The Pakistani security forces have managed to separate one portion of the train and have brought it near Quetta. But another portion of the train is still in control of the heavily armed insurgents. Now, the insurgents, who are said to be heavily armed and strategically positioned inside of a tunnel, are now holding approximately 214 hostages that include women, children and security personnel. The BLA has issued a pretty stringent 48-hour ultimatum to the Pakistani government demanding for the immediate and the unconditional release of the Baloch political prisoners. They've also declared their stance as final and irrevocable, warning that any military action will result in the death of all hostages. Now, a portion of the Jafar Express train has now moved from the tunnel to the Quetta station. Eyewitnesses reported some intense gunfire as the assailants targeted the train.
First, they hit the engine with an RPG. After that, gunfire started and explosions were heard. RPGs were used. God saved us. They made us get off the train and told us to get down or they would shoot. We got down and then they said, leave.
People were attacked, and the attackers caused a lot of damage to the passengers. Passengers were injured and some passenger died.
The Pakistani government remains pretty tight-lipped and has revealed very little information. There are several unanswered questions as to how many military personnel are currently being held hostage at the moment, as there are initial reports that nearly 100 security personnel with their families are still trapped. How many women and children are still inside of the trapped bogies of the train? How many BLA militants are inside of the train and who are their handlers are so the questions. The Pakistani security forces are engaged in a pretty tense standoff with rescue operations currently underway. However, the presence of suicide bombers amongst the militants, who are reportedly using women and children as human shields, has complicated efforts. The rugged terrain and also the train's location within the tunnel has further complicated the challenge faced by the rescuers. All right, now to give us the latest in terms of what is unfolding in this story, we're joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, who's joining us on the broadcast. Now, Anas, give us a sense of what's in fact happened so far in this case.
Well, the siege of Jafar Express that was outbound from Quetta to Peshawar from the southwest of Pakistan into the northwest of the country has been ongoing for over 24 hours now, and out of the 400 plus passengers, 190 have been rescued. This is what Pakistani security sources have confirmed. They've also gone on to claim that at least 30 terrorists of the Baloch Liberation Army have also been killed as a result of the ongoing operation against the terror outfits and the terrorists, those who have held this train hostage at large. Now, what we also know is that there have been casualties, there have been targeted casualties both from the train itself, where at least 12 odd Pakistani soldiers are among the 17 dead bodies that have been moved to the hospital in Quetta. What we also know is that there are about 37 injured, and among the injured includes men, women and children as well. The Pakistani security forces have vowed that the operation will continue until the elimination of the last terrorist standing. Anas Malik in Islamabad, Pakistan for WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.